Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles. And before we get started, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that sub button. Make sure you turn on that bell so that you can get notified for all my up-to-date content. Click that like button. Now, I just asked you to do 3 things and it'll take less than 10 seconds and it's free. So go ahead and do that. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. What a game, what a game, what a game. The New York Football Giants knows how to give their fan base the best of them and the worst of them. They give you a heart attack and then they make you proud at them at the end of the game. But they pulled out the win against the Las Vegas Raiders 23-16. And this is the type of game that I really do hate, simply because we came in with a 2-6 record and we beat a 5-2 team who is really playing good at this time. But it just shows you that our record does not show who we really are. Like, the Giants should really be 5-3, 4-4 at the worst at this current time. But we're not. We are 3-6 because we just pulled out a dub on the Raiders, and it was good. Now, the way that the defense played today and the way they've been playing for the past couple of weeks, this is exactly how we were envisioning the defense playing when we made our predictions at the beginning of the season. Like, this looks like the kind of defense that's going to keep on growing and nearing towards the top 10 defense of how they were last year. They just needed a few weeks to really get the kinks and knots all out, but they are looking good. Ever since the Panthers game, they have been looking good. I mean, they look really good against the Panthers. They look good against the Chiefs, holding Patrick Mahomes to where they held him to, and then even tonight against Derek Carr, they made him look really foolish, and he didn't really know what to do. Now, for those younger fans, this is the kind of game that the Giants would have won back in 1996. You just play defense, run the ball, don't worry about the quarterback, because the statistics was not there. Daniel Jones was 15 for 20 for 110 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 fumble. But everything was on Devontae Booker. Devontae Booker had 21 carries for 99 yards. He was putting in work on the ground. And then when it came to the defensive end, we couldn't really get to Derek Carr as many times as we would like. Towards the end, Quincy Roche, he got the game-winning strip fumble, so that Leonard Williams can recover it, and that was the game. But it was constant pressure. I mean, Derek Carr did have some clean pockets at some point because we were only rushing 4, but at the end of the day, the defense got it done. They only allowed 16 points. Xavier McKinney, man. Xavier McKinney, this is why I was so high on him when we drafted him. That's why I was so excited last year when he just had came back off of his injury, and I was really excited for him this season. And you see what kind of player that he is. He has 4 interceptions for the season. He had 2 interceptions today off of Derek Carr. He's just a ball hawk back there. At the safety position, he is a ball hawk. He just knows when, and he just has great anticipation. And this is what we were looking for a hot minute, because a lot of our safeties that we have had throughout the past, Jabril Peppers, Landon Collins, those guys can't cover nothing. But this guy, he knows how to cover the middle of the field. He played 2 high safety, 1 high safety. He plays man. I was very high on Xavier McKinney, and I like what I'm seeing from him. Azeez Ojulari, he didn't have any sacks, but he definitely did make his impact felt. He was getting some pressure on Derek Carr. He had a couple of knockdowns, and I mean, this is what we're looking for our defense. This is what we envision. This looks like a top 10 defense. If you look from the Carolina game to the Chiefs game to this game right here, this looks like a top 10 defense at work. This is what we need. But now we need the offense to really pick up. Now, I know it's very difficult to ask for that because at the end of the day, we have a plethora of injuries. Maybe coming off this bye, going up against Tampa, we can really go ahead and get that dub against them. But in this in this Raiders game, the defense really led the charge. Devontae Booker really led the charge. It's really nothing to really too much talk about. It was just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, convert on third down, run the ball, and play defense. That was it. Now, I didn't like a lot of Jason Garrett's calls, but once you seen how the game was going, you can see that he was more so in back in the 90s, back in the late 90s of this is how we're about to win this game. And it's very telling because I don't believe that this coaching staff really believes in Daniel Jones, and you're seeing it play out on the field. And Daniel Jones does not have any type of trust for that offensive line. I wouldn't either, because every time he snaps the ball within 1.5 seconds to 2, he's already like under pressure getting it. But that's another story for another day. Giants went, they got the win, 23-16. We're going on a bye, and then after the bye, we're going to be playing the Bucks, which for me, honestly, I'm really not that scared of the Bucks. We gave them a run for their money last year. Now this year, their secondary is totally messed up. So I do believe that we can get that game, but let's go ahead. We're going into the bye. We're looking good. Giants 3-6. We got to be really looking for that wild card race, because that's where we're most likely going to be looking at, because Dallas is pretty far ahead of us, but we're only like a game and a half out of the last wild card spot. So if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and hit that sub button. Make sure you turn on that bell notification so that you can be up to date with all my content. Hit that like button, and until next time, I'm out.